China's military expenditure is almost 4 times that of India, with the letters of armed forces also getting hobbled by the ballooning revenue expenditure and the pension bills. The US, of course, is the world's largest spender of the defense, with military expenditure almost equal to the next 8 countries combined. China, which has registered a defense budget hike for 24 consecutive years, of course wants to rival US on the global stage, as well as prevent its military intervention in the Taiwan Strait and the continuous South China Sea. India, however, has no option but to ready for its expansionist behavior both along the 4,057 kilometers of line of control as well as the Indian Ocean region. But while China has undertaken rapid military modernization, including the manpower cuts in its 2.3 million people Liberation Army or the PLA, while also emerging as the world's 5th largest arms exporter, India has dragged its feet in both reforming its armed forces and boosting indigenous defense production. The latest data released by the global think tank, the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute or the SIPRI, shows the total world's military expenditure rose by 2.6% to $1,822 billion in 2018. The top biggest spenders in 2018 were US $649 billion, China with $250 billion, Saudi Arabia with $67.6 billion, just above 1% of India, and India with $66.5 billion, and France with $63.8 billion, Russia with $61.4 billion, UK with $50 billion, Germany with $49.5 billion, Japan with $46.6 million, South Korea with $43.1 billion, Brazil with $27.8 billion, Australia with $26.7 billion. Overall, the Indian military budget leaves just about 1/4 of its $66.5 billion figures for military modernization and new weapon system. So despite India being the world's 4th largest defense spender by replacing even Russia with $61.4 billion, its armed forces continue to suffer from the critical shortage of several fronts and ranging from fighter jets and submarines to basic infantry weapons and night fighting capabilities of Indian military. The Defense Insider says the Indian Armed Force drastically need to slash their non-operational flab and manpower, especially in 12 lakh strong army, as well as the take to genuine integration in a big way. There is simply not enough money. The capital allocations for the defense already stands at 32 to 33% of the total central government's capital expenditure, said a senior official to a news report. China, for instance, has reorganized the PLA into 5 theater commands to bolster its offensive capabilities as well as establish better command and control structures. Its Western Theater Command now handles the entire LAC, with India instead of earlier Chengura military region in the east and the Lanzhou military region towards the north. India in turn has over half a dozen separate army and IAF commands for the northern and land borders with China, without any forward movement in the establishment theater commands, as was reported to the news report. So what do you think of the top 10 highest military budget countries which have been ranked from 1 to 10 in 2018-2019? While India has the 4th biggest budgeters of military expenditure in the world, only 1/4 of its military budget is used for modernizing and buying weapons. India has the global companies to submit the proposals for 110 fighter jet aircraft, the world's biggest such order currently in place. The Indian Air Force sought requests for information for the supply of single and the twin-seat jets to be mostly manufactured locally, it said in a statement on its website. The Asian nation had earlier scrapped the deal to buy 126 fighter jet aircraft from Dassault Aviation's SA and instead opted to import 36 Rafale aircraft. The order announced on the Friday could be worth at least $15 billion and will be the world's largest fighter jet aircraft deal, said Rahul Bedi, a New Delhi-based analyst. At least 85% of the jets, 3/4 of which are single-seat aircraft and the rest will be twin-seat, had to be made in India, and manufacturer interested in bidding needs to be sent to their proposals by July 6, according to the Government of India. Getting new aircraft is crucial for Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India, as the South Asian nations faces increased risk from the neighboring Pakistan and China, at the time when the Russian MiG fighters, India's mainstay, are being phased out. The country's Air Force and the Navy requires as many as 400 single and double-engine combat aircraft, according to the government. The first aircraft must be delivered within 3 to 2 years of signing the contract. The South Asian country started looking for a new battle plane in 2007, a contest that ended with the government selecting Dassault Aviation's of 136 Rafale jets for $11 billion. With talks on styling overpriced and quality guarantees, the government scrapped the purchase in 2015 and bought 36 jets separately to speed up the process. India was revising the specifications to allow manufacturing, such as Boeing Co. and United Aircraft Corporations, to pitch their twin-engine combat aircraft in the deal. People familiar with the matter said in February that Modi wants to modernize the country's aging military equipment with $250 billion spending, but it has been bogged down by the defense procurement process, which is known for delays, backtracking, and a history of corruption, making it sensitive, slow-going process. So what do you think of India seeking a $15 billion fighter jet orders of the world's largest deal ever? As Modi is only concentrating on the defense of India, which is really need for India, but that doesn't make sense that India doesn't need any jobs or doesn't need any economic reforms to do. But Modi does considers only on defense equipments to be upgraded, not anything on related to jobs or related to farmers or related to economy. India can seize the opportunity to provide an alternative investment hub for the American companies which are downgrading their operation in China. US Ambassador Kenny Jester said on Thursday, while he pitched for bilateral FTA as the next big-ticket item. Delivering his first policy speech since taking over as the ambassador to India, Jester identified 5 pillars to take Indo-US partnership forward: stronger defense ties, strategic economic relationships, energy environment, inclusive development, and cooperation in the region. US Envoy in particularly emphasized on its India's role into Indo-Pacific region and opportunities in the economic partnership. India needs to take a strategic view of the economic relationship so as a roadmap for FTA could be laid. On pointing out America's first and Make in India are not incompatible, Justice said rather than investing in each other's market will be mutually beneficial. It will increase economic interactions and volume of trade, lead to the collaboration on emerging technologies, and create jobs in both the countries, he noted. But let me go through further and suggest that this is the time to put a strategic lens in our or on our economic relationship, just we have done with our defense relationship, he said. The speech was organized by the Canaries India, the India chapter of noted US think tank. Chester informed that a number of US companies have reported increasingly difficulties in conducting businesses in the large market in the region, as is China. Accordingly, some companies are downgrading their operations there, while others are looking with great interest at the alternative markets. India can seize the strategic opportunity through trade and investment to become an alternative hub for US business in the Indo-Pacific region. Bilateral trade has increased from approximately $20 billion in 2001 to $115 billion in 2016. The US envoy, however, expressed the concerns about the persistent state deficits, including the one the US has with India. He said the US want to work with India to expeditiously resolve the trade and the investment dispute. Referring to the defense ties, Justice said, "Perhaps in the next year we can announce some major agreements like the fighter jets, advanced helicopters, unmanned ground vehicles, and intelligence exchanges." He in fact suggested taking Indo-US military cooperations to entirely to a new level, reciprocally posting liaison officers at each other's operational or combat commands. When asked about the China-US ties, Justin noted, "We are interested in a constructive relationship, but if they engage in the predatory economic policies and other things, there would be no reactions, or will be reactions." So what do you think of US putting India ahead of China, and US wants India to take the opportunity to avoid China out of the world of US? Post your comments below, and if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, and follow us on social networks, and subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching. This is WC Daily. Think big, think different. Bye.